Welcome back, everybody. Kerbal. This is Kerbal number 1. We're getting ready for number 2. I'm trying to learn the game. I've always wanted to play it. I'm finally here. I'm finally playing this game. I've been seeing it for years. And wow, it's everything I hoped for and more. It's super fun. I love problem solving. And this is going to be a video of my first attempt to not only go to DUNA, but I built a lander with the command module. Bear in mind, I have very little idea of what I'm actually doing here. So I hope you guys enjoy. This video is full of accomplishments and a whole bunch of sadness all at the same time. I'm pretty confident I've created the world's greatest rocket. Okay, bear with me here. I know what it looks like, but this is my 7th day playing, and I'm going to DUNA, and I'm gonna land on the planet, rejoin with the mothership, and hopefully this all works. I'm going to run you through the whole rocket real quick, but I'm sure there's people out there that know how to play this game very well, and they go, wow, what an entire waste of money and time. This rocket's going to cost me almost $300,000, and I'm using 215 parts. That is by far the most I've ever used on any rocket ever. When I got this upgrade, I said to myself, I could never imagine building a rocket over 200 parts. Oh, well, I did. Okay, let me run you through it real quick. So we have these SRBs. The first stage is going to be SRBs and 4 main engines, okay? They're all going to release at the same time. Don't look at the 5.73. That's not true. Let me change this back to Kerbal. There we go. 1.56. Not great, but not terrible for how heavy this thing is. Now, the first thing that's going to go is going to be the SRBs. I'm going to kick those off. When I kick those off, I'm going to ignite the main engine. Well, one of the main engines anyways. I have all this being cross-fed in, so this gas tank here, this main engine, that's going to stay full of fuel no matter what. The way I see it's that one's going to get me up into orbit and to Durban. Durban? DUNA? DUNA. We're going to DUNA. After that lights, I know those next 4, they're going to have to go as well. We're going to kick those. That stage here should get me where I need to go, hopefully. If not, the next up is going to be a Poodle. Yes, the almighty Poodle. I love this engine. Few have treated me as good as the Poodle. Regardless, at that point in time, I know we're going to be in orbit or en route, and I might have to shuffle this around just in case. Whenever we get up in orbit and we're established and we're on the way, I'm going to kick the fairing. Look underneath the hood. Holy. At the time that we kick the fairing, we're going to be working on either the Poodle or the engine below it for just a little bit longer, but mostly it's going to be Poodle, I'm pretty sure. That's going to take us there. That's going to put us in orbit. The Poodle should have plenty of Delta V to not only put us in orbit, but also get us home. Now, every single scientific instrument I have is attached up here. Now, what you're looking at is not just a great big jumbled mess. Command module, scientific research, solar arrays, batteries, relays back and forth, and this top part is going to be my lander. Now, I know it's pretty jank. It's my first time ever making a lander. But we have 4 little teeny tiny engines, which are actually totally fine for where we're going, with a little bit of gas, but it's going to work out just fine. Upon landing, we're going to either have a little bit of gas left, or we can use these to get away from the planet. But we have a Poodle with 1 big gas tank here. That's going to, I've already seen it. It's got like 3,000 Delta V or something. So that's going to get us back up to the mothership, where we will dock with the mothership and transport all that science. Here's our docking port. We'll dock right over here. Also, while this is in orbit, I'm going to hit this array. Whole bunch of new science that I just unlocked that I haven't ever used. This is the only thing I don't have. And reading the description, I don't have to bring this. So, this should be a massive, massive science endeavor. We'll see what happens. Oh, I don't have a Science Junior on there. Damn it. Okay, I'm just going to stick it right here for a Science Junior. If I open the doors, where are the doors? Oh, perfect. Does it still clear the fairing? Oh, I gotta redesign the fairing. Have no fear, this is only the 7th time I've redone the fairing. Aha! There we go. There we go. Now the fairing clears everything, right? Right? Ah, here we go. Okay, attempt number 1. That's a good sign. Oh my god. Oh, what have I done? Okay, so obviously, you know, the first problem I have to solve here is how do I make an episode out of something that's like 5 hours long and turn it into something that's watchable? So I'm going to use time compression here. I'm going to 10x a lot of this footage. I had to relaunch there, obviously, because when I got rid of the SRBs, they took one of my engines, and I need that engine, surprisingly. So here we are, and we're up in orbit now. I just got the maneuver tool and the node kind of figured out a little bit, so I'm still kind of new. I'm still trying to figure that out. I did mention at the beginning that this episode is full of a lot of come-ups and, you know, a lot of heartbreak too. So, I mean, part of this is I learned how to use this tool closer to how I think you're supposed to use it. Now, I don't really know. I'm just literally grabbing and pulling, and I don't know. I just figured out that little thing exists down there. It's so far, I've only played this game on live stream, and so people that understand this game, if you've made it to the 6-minute mark, please, by all means, watch this whole episode and comment down below, because the heartbreak at the end of the episode here is I don't know what to do now, and you'll see as we get to that stage. I'm kind of stuck, but back to the video. That's all for later. As you can see, we're shooting off the planet. We're onto the Poodle engine. I think we have enough Delta V, but you have to realize, so I recorded this, and now I'm dubbing over, right? Because to film and talk for 5 hours, guys, I don't care who you are, is almost next to impossible to make it, you know, how you kind of want to make it. So I will be dubbing in that original audio, because there's some points in this that I have the realization of what's going on, and like maybe I should relaunch, like I'm not sure. I've had to relaunch a lot in learning this game. I mean, I'm brand new. I mean, I'm getting all this science. I've never really used the science tool. The lab is an absolute gold mine for science. I love it. There's just so many things about this game, and it is extremely complicated, and that's one of the things that I'm drawn to, right? I love to learn stuff, and I think that this is the first space game that I've ever seen that you actually have to learn real life stuff. I mean, about space and going into orbits, and this is nothing that I've ever come in contact with, and I've loved space games. Elite Dangerous, I mean, played that game through I can't tell you how many times. But that Elite Dangerous, as it might be complicated, I don't think even comes close to the level of complexity of Kerbal. I can only imagine the second version of this game, which is underway right now. They're still making it, but I've been reading reviews, and they say number 2's not quite ready. Now, I have heard from people that when it is ready, it's going to be better than the first one. At least that's the comments that I've read. People are super pumped about it, and I'll be honest, I'm super pumped, because this game is sick. Any game out there that I want to play over and over and over, and I want to learn, and I want to get better at, it's got my attention, it's probably a pretty decent video game, right? So as you can see, we came into orbit, right? I'm probably burning a lot more Delta V than I need to be. And it's about this time I'm coming to that realization. I just made a realization. I don't think 1700 Delta V is going to be enough to get me home. Oh, I'm debating on just reloading right now, but instead I will push on, and I will go ahead and just see what happens. So yeah, it's around this time that I'm thinking about what I can do, and I think, like, worst case I relaunch, right? Worst case, no big deal, relaunch, and fix the problems with the rocket and whatever. Instead, I just decided to go ahead and push on, because I'm still trying to learn a lot of this stuff, like all these different instruments, and as I'm doing all this science, I come up with an idea. Okay, I just got done with all my science, and I'm not going to freak out yet, because I do still have the lander, and I have the lander's Delta V. I didn't think about that, but I'm going to hook the lander back up, and it's still got Delta V, so I'm not going to freak out just yet. I'm going to go from there. I hope I figured out how the thing hooks together. I've never actually done it. I put them both on the thing. I hope. Oh, God, please! So I'm running into a lot of problems, obviously, and something I didn't foresee is like this one, for instance. Oh, no. My data is full. My science... Oh, no. I need you guys to work faster in there. As I continue to push on, I mean, I'm running the science problem, and the best thing I can think of is go into orbit, then just time-lapse forward. It's going to take a long time, but it's going to be a lot of science, right? Which is a lot of upgrades in the tech tree for equipment and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to go into a stable orbit here. Something, you know, that's pretty decent. And then I'll just skip. That's what I'm thinking anyways. And as I'm doing this, okay, I'm kind of forgetting the fact about the Delta V, and I'm kind of leaning on the fact the lander has so much extra Delta V that I can add on to the main craft so I can help myself get home. At least that's what I'm thinking. And in doing so, I kind of forget about the idea of relaunching, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, the amount of science that I was able to pull made me really want to stay with it. Oh, someone kill me now. After a year in orbit, we're finally running through all the data and transmitting the science back. Oh my god, someone kill me! Oh, finally. After almost 2 years in orbit, I've processed the data. And now I've got open cache here. And also, as a little bit of a way to save some delta, I think what I'm gonna do, because we're still, you know, just obviously in orbit 80, 73. What I'm gonna do is actually release the rover here, because the rover has quite a lot of delta V. Yeah, 5 thrust weight ratio on the burn down stage, 7.2 on the ejection stage. Holy. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and release the rover now and see what happens. Quick save? Got it. Oh! What? 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 Reload. No. 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 Don't tell me I built this rocket wrong. Don't tell me that I... Oh, no! I coupled these to that. No. Oh, lie to me. Somebody, please lie to me. Oh, no. I've never built a lander before. Oh, 3 hours of my life. Oh. Oh. I want to nuke an orphanage just for fun. Oh, God, dude. You got to be kidding me. All right. I mean, I've transmitted back like thousands and thousands of science. So if I can't perform this landing, because I was kind of depending on these, you know, these little boosters here to help me get down there and then get back up and then help me get back home. If that can't happen, I'm gonna see what I can do. So I just enabled cross feed, but these tanks aren't filling. What is the purpose of cross feed if I cannot give the gas where the gas is needed? Hello? Enable cross feed? Okay. Gonna activate all these engines and see if cross feed is now working. No, it's not. Come on, dude. Oh, wait. Come on, please. Cross feed's enabled, please. More Delta V, please. God, don't let this fuel I just drug up here be worth nothing, please. All right, executive decision. I want to come home. The boys have been out there long enough. Kerbin. Alarm. Another year until they're burned. Oh, these poor Kerbins. Alright, I'm offloading the last little bit of science. There it goes. Boom. Done. Okay. Now, I'm going to return to Kerbin. And then I'm sure there's people out there that are, oh, you have plenty of Delta V. You could totally do it. You could make it. You're fine. Stop freaking out. I don't know what I'm doing. So, some of my best people are on board right now. My scientists, my pilots. I'm just going to take the safe approach. I'm going to go home. We'll come back with more Delta V, and then we'll do it again. But, so one thing I have done is I've activated these engines. Let me actually deactivate this engine, since these are going to get kicked. At some point, whenever I go to rejoin the lander back to the mothership, these get kicked anyway. So I may as well just use these 4 right now. And this is kind of like free fuel, so to speak, because, you know, I don't know how to play or what I'm doing. Yes, that's where I'm at. We'll see what happens. So here I am, still being kind of giddy because I've got enough gas, right? And I'm gonna get a little more science here. You know, I'm using some of this free gas, I'm calling it. And I think it's all gonna work out. Like I think we're okay. No need to panic. And if you think that my struggles are over with, you are absolutely wrong. This is a video of sadness, okay? And the saddest part is yet to come. And I just don't know any way to fix this problem. I mean, I really don't. I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but I'll be real honest. Yeah, I don't know what to do. And so you'll see that here in a second. I'm getting better with the maneuver tool. You can see, like, I'm maneuvering things around, and like I'm starting to kind of understand that. And I think that alone will be huge for me. Starting to understand how to manipulate orbits and when to do things, and that'll just save me Delta V in the long run. You can see those engines there's nothing left in them. Go back to the main engine. So, I mean, there was like a free, 1,000 Delta V or whatever. And here's where I screw up. So, I decided to quick save at some point, like right around here, and then I've never been able to do it again. So, like, I get the quick save, and I burned a lot of Delta V, and then I couldn't revert backwards. So, because I didn't save the game. I saved the game pre-going here, and I was just using quick saves. Well, I think I'm safe, think I'm fine, you know, line it all up, and feeling good. Oh, God, this is where it just goes off the rails, unfortunately. So I make it back to the planet, right? And I have, 1,300 Delta V. Because I used those other 2 engines in the burn, and I don't understand why I could never replicate this, but so far I haven't. I make it back here. I have enough gas. I'm feeling good. I go into orbit, you know, and as it sits today, I don't have enough Delta V to go into orbit. And I've skipped forward. I've looked at multiple different years, and I always come at the planet too hot. So I mean, if I just had this orbit, right? If I just had this orbit, I could go up and go capture all the guys and bring them back. You know, match the orbit with a different craft and just call it a day, crash it into the upper atmosphere. And because I'll take, a big come up for science, and I'll lose the cash not being able to land the rocket. I'm cool with that. I don't know why I can't replicate this. I just don't have enough gas. And it's really, really tragic. But just wait, there's more tragedy yet to come. Oh, here we are finally. 4+ years in orbit in order to transmit this data back. Oh my God, can you imagine? Thank goodness we don't have to feed or water these Kerbals. They would be dead. Big time. Big time dead. Retrograde, good. Oh, we're close enough to the Appalachians. Let's go ahead and... Well, actually, I'm low on Delta V. I will wait. Man, this is 4 hours of my life. 4 hours. Like, so crazy to me. Like, the length that goes on in this game translates IRL. I mean, this is like the amount of time it takes to do this type of mission is just mind-boggling. It's starting to get late. You can tell. You can hear it in my voice. I'm getting tired. I'm ready to go back to the home planet. We learned a lot, and I'm willing to bet the amount of science that we transmitted back is going to be so unbelievably huge for the program. You know, I kind of want to separate this, but at the same time, I'm like nervous because all my staging got messed up. At last, we're here. This flight must end in tragedy. We still have parachutes, don't we? Oh, if we don't have parachutes, dude. We have 4 parachutes. Are they the drag chutes? Are they the real parachutes? Oh, you're gonna see a grown man cry, though, dude, if these aren't real parachutes. Oh. Dead ass. I will freak out if they're not real parachutes. Please be chutes. Please be parachutes. Wonder if there's a way I can like look. What are they? They're big. They look like parachutes. Please be parachutes. They're yellow. No, they're drag chutes. Why are there no parachutes? There's no parachutes? Stop it. Don't tell me I did all this with no parachutes. I can't lose these people. Don't tell me 4 hours of my life is gone. Oh, shit. Wait. Stop. Come back. No. Prefer to save. Please. Drag chutes. Please, drag chutes. Be enough. Oh my god, I'm back here? Oh, I don't know what to do. I really don't. I have 1,100 meters of Delta V left, and I've tried a bunch of scenarios, and everything past my quick save is just absolutely is trashed, and I'm right in Kerbin's orbit, but it's just, I don't know. Past just leave them here and then come back and get them with a different rocket on a different day. I don't know what to do. So sick 8 hours of my life, Kerbin. Awesome. All right, I just sent my last little bit of science back, and I'm gonna RTB. I mean, we'll just leave them in orbit for now, and then we'll just go and have a rescue mission. Gotta get those guys back, so it's gonna be the next thing I do, obviously. But I'm kind of curious how much science we sent back. 'Cause there was a bunch of science sent back. Gotta get those guys home. 4,772. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. We couldn't get those guys home. Oh my god, that's the biggest science haul we have ever seen by a long shot. I think like 700 was the biggest science haul. 400, 4,700. I'm out. I'm done. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up, dude. So, I mean, yeah, that's where I'm at, guys. I don't know what to do going forward. I'm gonna be gone for the weekend, so I'm gonna be reading the comments section, and any good ideas, please filter through. Appreciate everybody for watching. Yeah, this took 8 hours of my life. I still want to play the game. I love this game!